Hello everyone, it's me, Train, and today I am making the Blight family of the last AU, since you seem to like voting for the Blight family of AUs for once. And once again, Gus has won by default because no one seems to want his AU to expire. But I guess that's just how things go. So for this, I will be swapping the Blight family with Belos and Hunter. So first off, we have Belos as a Dahlia, and you know all of the times when I was saying, hey, I feel it feels kind of insulting to imagine this person as a Dahlia and making lots of specifications for what they do and what they don't do and how. Yeah, I'm not doing that this time. Yeah, I don't feel bad for this. They're both terrible people. That being said, I will be changing some things to make it suit his character more, because for his character, when he's as a Dahlia, he will be more of a deceptive character to the characters around him and the audience. To do this, I want to make it so that his design looks, friendly and approachable and nice and stuff. Kind of like how it seemed to be in the actual show, where I heard a lot of people saying that he just kind of looked like a grandpa or something. Just generally his face reveal scene kind of showing us how Hunter perceives him. So he'll also be very manipulative, but not in a way that's immediately clear to the audience like a Dahlia should have been. But hey, there were still people defending a Dahlia for wanting to, point out reasonable things that the Hex Squad were doing wrong, but completely ignoring the fact that she was just trying to further control Amity, and basically says so completely outright. So for his, it will be a bit more of a reasonable idea in his first few episodes that he might just want what's best for people, but it's slowly revealed throughout the show that that's simply not the case at all. So in things like the flashback scene in Understanding Willow, which in this case would probably be Understanding Amity, since Amity is Willow, but that doesn't really matter, except it does matter because they're different characters and have different storylines based on their character. Anyways, so basically, Belos and Adalia both pit Amity and Hunter against each other in this AU to try and succeed, but when it goes to the flashback, they're less cold and threatening that they'll kick Willow, who is Amity, out like in the actual show, but it's more of a, I want what's best for you. I want you to succeed against them, and you can't be friends to do that. You have to be better. I want a good future for you, and possibly include something based on guilt, which is a very big part of Belos' manipulation that people seem to completely ignore, especially given how big of a thing that it is. So Belos in this AU will be ill like he is with the curse, but it won't be a curse because it doesn't particularly need to be, because that was a big part of how Belos would manipulate Hunter in the show. So there'd also probably be a bit of, don't you want to, get a good future so you can help me because I am sick? I don't have anyone else to help me. That could very much fit Belos' character. And when he's talking to Hunter and kind of telling him off, it's kind of, there's a lot of, are you doing this to hurt me? Don't you want to do well? And this will be furthermore emphasized to the audience by the fact that Hunter completely believes this. which might make some of the audience that isn't like thinking about that too much to think, oh, then he's probably just, you know, misled and actually does want what's best for him. But instead he wants what is best for himself. And as the show goes on, it will slowly be revealed that like he's being like unmistakably terrible. But it wouldn't be unmistakably because, you know, people. In the second episode he's actually in and not a memory. Maybe it would like bump up the, you know, you are hurting me, this is hurting me, or like Hunter casually talking about how he feels like he's always doing something wrong, and whenever he does something wrong that it's going to hurt Belos. And it will, like around one of the very later appearances of him, imply that he does physically hurt Hunter like he does in the actual show. Now all of that's out of the way, onto the actual design. I decided to give him, you know, a deceptive design, like kind of like the one that he has in the show, which seemed to fool a lot of people into thinking that like maybe he's not so bad. But looks can often be deceiving, like they are in this case. So I gave him a very soft, warm type of colour scheme with lots of pale colours and a very soft shade of blue for the gems and the eyes. His sleeves are billowy and his eyes are like a little tired looking. And I know I coloured in his boots in like this goldish colour, which looked a bit like too metally in my opinion, so later I change it to a very like soft kind of light shade of brown. Now on to Hunter, whose main, you know, idea and core part of like the thing that I'm basing him off in this is tired, very tired, even more tired than in the actual show, which is impressive given how one of the, you know, most talked about things in funny jokes about him is how tired he is. This witch version of Hunter, like all the other witch versions of Hunter, have the same illness as the other ones that makes it so that like their heart is misplaced and their bile sac is kind of misshapen because of it. This makes him faint a lot and have very, very weak magic, except for certain times when he has bouts of very strong magic. But in this, he managed to make it so that he could strain himself enough that he could force out the bursts of strong magic when he wants to, which makes him even more sick. Hunter is overworked, making him tired and sick and grumpy all of the time. He's snappy and he's scared of people doing better than him because he's scared that bad things will happen when anyone is better than him, which starts off, you know, the way he's mad at Gus, who is loose, and the way that he's rivals with Amity because both of their parents want them to compete with each other when they'd actually be better as friends. Hunter does eventually, you know, get to be friends with the Hex Squad, and then he ends up being able to relax a bit more, and his friends keep an eye out for him to make sure that he doesn't overwork himself too much and that he rests enough, because we all know that he's truth How many hours have you slept tonight? No, I want to do dare. Dare, go to sleep. I don't like this game. That meme going around is Hunter. So they make sure that he actually looks after himself instead of staying up working and training in 3 in the morning. I gave him the same white and gold color scheme as I gave Belos, but it's less of a soft one, and because the white is pure white instead of off-white, and the golds are more dark desaturated shades of gold and yellow. It's pretty, but it looks more cold. I gave him, billowing sleeves that are pretty long, like elbow length, to try and fit how he's an Oracle track student, and that's why I stole the moons from Amity's shoes, yoink, because it fits the Oracle track very much. And I also gave him long gloves that look elegant, long gloves that look elegant, because he wears gloves all the time, and now he wears gloves all the time, but they're like elegant gloves instead of work gloves looking things. To make him look more sick, since he's already pale, since I usually give him albinism, I made his skin slightly more desaturated and slightly more purplish. This Hunter with the Oracle track and the cold demeanor and the fact that I end up eventually later giving him pupils falls into making him look kind of, creepyish, and I don't know why I've done that multiple times, because I also did that with Willow for no reason other than I liked the idea of her looking like that, like vaguely creepy Willow for some reason, and I don't know why, so now I'm doing it again, but it makes more sense because he's an Oracle this time, and Oracles are kind of, spooky magic. And I always make him an Oracle in these AUs because of how he's a Grimwalker in the normal show, but he's not a Grimwalker in this, he's just a witch. He's just a witch. And so there we have Hunter, and also Belos is there, and there we have them there. And if you like them, please subscribe, please comment how much you like it, please.